Hey everyone, welcome back to Vintage Rob 89, and here is part 2 of the 2011 Hasbro Star Wars Vintage Collection, Attack the Clones, Anakin Skywalker, and Peasant disguise. So today we have him in a 2002 Anakin Skywalker speeder from Attack of the Clones, and on my left we have the original 2002 figure, and I believe it was the first one to be released in 2002, or the second one. I'll add in the comments of the YouTube video, but this is probably gonna be the one and only video where I am not gonna pull out all the accessories for a figure, and the reason being is I'm a little lazy of digging and getting his accessory, because after episode 1 toys came out, Attack the Clones, you know, you thought it looked cool, you thought the movie was gonna be great. It really wasn't, and the toys, I hate to say it, they sucked. And now, being a collector, you can't fit all the accessories in a standard modern blister storage clamp. You gotta get like a little, Tupperware tote, or something that you would keep like a sandwich in, or something like one of those plastic Ziploc totes to keep all the accessories in that are too big. And this being the second figure in the line, its accessory is too big to go in one of them. And I'm not going to get one of the giant clamshells for this figure because it's just a terrible figure. But if you want to see accessory, you could check out other YouTube channels. It's really not that exciting at all. It's actually one of those accessories where you thought it was going to be the whole line, and then it turned out to be gimmicky and a lackluster. But I will discuss it later on. But anyways, as we're getting into this video, I'm all excited about showing off Anakin and Peasant disguise here from 2011. As you can see right away, it fits right in that speeder that the figure on the left was supposed to do. And for you guys, for nostalgic reasons, I have the box for it. I bought this a few years ago for my collection. I have to get the Zam Wessel speeder, but I had this as a kid. And this is a cool vehicle. Like, you would press the front and these panels would pop off. This is like a rubbery material, and it was like, oh wow, Attack of the Clones is going to be better. And then as we saw more of the line, it was just crappier and crappier, and figures couldn't fit in vehicles, so it really did suck. So we're going to start out on the Anakin on the left. So this is the 2002 Anakin. I believe this was the second one in the wave, and I had this as a kid. This was one of the last figures I got as a kid, because after this I lost interest in toys. Yeah, so first off, when I held this in my hand back in 2002, I was like, oh, this is awesome. They're bringing like the vintage telescoping lightsaber back. They seem to have this cool magnet accessory on its hand, as you could see. And, this has a little magnet in here, I believe. So, we were promised all these cool things, and then it just sucked. This couldn't fit in that. So it was only really good to stand around. Detail-wise, it's okay. It's nothing special at all. Especially for 2002 standards, episode 1 figures were just better. This was pretty much the period of Hasbro where they were just really cutting corners here. Cape does come off. It's like nothing special though. And here's the back. It feels very cartoony, and just very small for a Star Wars figure. So, yeah, and the box that I don't want to get that came with this is you would put this gun in there, this pistol in there, and then you'd wave its left hand over it, and it would pop up. There was like a little computer screen that would pop up, and the gun would be there, and he could use the force, which was just a magnet on his hand, and it would attract his hand. So that's what you're really missing out. Like I said, there's videos on this figure all over YouTube. Just search Anakin Skywalker Peasant figure 2002 and you'll find it and see the box. But yeah, this just shows you the strong dislike for this figure that I have. So 2011, which is 10 years right around the corner, we got this, and this figure is beautiful. I love the cape. It's got like a burlap feel to it, which is very screen accurate. It sits in the vehicle very well. I do like the sculpt, you know. I mean, it is what it is, but I really do like it for it being the prequel. You know, it does have like a cartoon feel to it, but it doesn't. It really has a classic feel to it compared to the one on the left. So I really love everything about this figure right here. And I'm not going to take the cape off, but what I will do is we'll take a peek. Even better sculpting for his outfit underneath. So Hasbro really put the time into this figure. This is a great rebirth here, and its accessories are awesome, which I'm gonna dig out. I'm not gonna put them in its hand, but you guys get the point here. Maybe I will, but just overall much better. And it has a lot of articulation as well. I believe the 2002 one, I think it has more than 5 points. I'm not sure. But obviously, vintage collection and most Star Wars figures now do better in that category. So, you know, that's why you're paying more money, unfortunately, is because they add all this hyper articulation. Do we get a... Oh, we do. This is awesome. So underneath its tunic, I don't want to push it in though. I'm not going to push it in. We'll just put it in his hand. There is a peg hole to hold its lightsaber, but I don't want to break it, so I am going to just stick it in his hand like this. Just hold it. So, really cool. I know he doesn't hold his saber hilt like that, but you get the point in how it would look. But it's just overall an awesome figure. Maybe I could get him in here. I don't know. I want to try to hold both. Alright, you know what? We'll take the big saber out and put in the one of the hilt. I have to say, for a vintage collection figure, and this being a prequel, Hasbro did a great job. This is a very clean made figure now that I'm holding it for a little bit now. Look at that, guys. Just so much better. And look, just so badass too. And actually, this Anakin figure here, I'll just lay him right here, is pretty expensive. I paid almost $60 for this, believe it or not. And you're like, you paid $60 for something from Attack of the Clones? I know I'm crazy, but once you get this and you see it in person and you take it out of the packaging, it is totally worth it. You get a better figure, better than this. You get all this articulation, you get all these accessories that are painted very well, that are as screen accurate as possible. You get a better head sculpt, which at first you think is a little bit cartoony, but the more you look at it, it has a classic feel to it, and much better screen accuracy, and just everything going on the figure is great. Just the details, the sculpt, the articulation. I mean, this is just crap. And I think this was like $7 back then. And like, yeah, you look at it, its face is screen accurate, but what takes it away from just the head sculpt is just everything else is wrong. I think it's cool for a play figure, but holding it up to this, it's just much more better. Like, this is an Anakin, we all know, and there's just a lot more going on here. I would suggest, if you are a collector and you do not like the prequel Attack of the Clones line at all, they have a lot of them out in the vintage collection, so I would get them from here. They're expensive, but they're totally worth it. You've seen the other vintage collection figures I have, and from this, you're getting quality. If you want to get the Anakin figure, and if you want to give it to a kid, I wouldn't get this one. You know, this is just very, very collectible here. But this is great. They're cheap. The pistol is, you know, something is like the only accessory besides a lightsaber. And it comes with that box, which I'm not digging to show you guys. But it's more for a child, per se. It doesn't really do anything for a collector. And it also takes up a little space because you got to get that extra bins because it can't fit in a regular blister, unless if you want to get a larger blister for this figure, which in my opinion it's not really worth it because it's a lackluster figure to begin with. So that is it. I cannot believe this is probably one of the, if not only video, where I just can't stand this figure. But pick this one up. This, if you want to give it to a child, you do that. But yeah, just be expected to know you will be paying $60 or more for this figure. It is from the vintage collection, so they are very popular right now. This figure on the left from 2002, there's a plentiful amount of them. You'll probably pay anywhere on eBay, maybe $7 to $10, maybe a little bit more, but nothing more than 15. If it's more than 15, don't pay. But yeah, and before we go, let's see if I could pop this off. Yep, there we go. It still works after all these years. So, anyway, guys, see you in the next video, and take care. Bye-bye.